Hi, Leanne. We're going to work on the body portion of the thematic essay question. We need to go back to the middle part to refresh on what our task is. It says, select two different natural resources and/or products for each. Then for each, we need to explain why people needed or desired this natural resource and/or product. And also, we need to discuss how this natural resource and/or product has significantly influenced the development of a civilization, an empire, and/or a region. So again, make sure you're doing both those for each resource. Down below is where we find our examples of our resources. Make it easier on yourself and actually just use the suggested resources they give you. Now, what I have done is I have started a graphic organizer, which I would like you to start using. This is the body portion. Up here I wrote that you need to choose two resources. I have chosen water and cotton. I advise that you try to choose two different ones. Alright, what we're going to do now is we are going to split our piece of paper in half. So it looks like this. On one side we are going to put our first resource, so here I am putting water. On our other side we put our other resource, which I am going to put as cotton. So it looks like this so far. Now, for each side we have a why and a how. We need to explain why and we need to discuss how. So what I'm going to do under water and cotton is I'm going to write why on each side, and then I'm going to give myself a couple sentences, or I can wait and I'll put the how. But for right now, I'm going to also plug in the how. This is what it will look like. Alright, right there you have organized your thoughts, so now you can put in your information and at the same time keep your thoughts organized. Alright, so for the why on water, what I am going to put is the most basic things that water was needed for. So, it is needed for drinking, growing crops, and bathing. I gave 3 examples. They're simple examples. Now, I'm going to stick only for the water for right now. I'm going to go down to the how. Here's when you can either choose a civilization, empire, or region that you know of. This is your time also to go back in your book and find one of those civilizations and double check, see if they do any specific things with your resource. So, who I chose was the Roman Empire. I put here that the Roman Empire used water to cleanse their hands before or after battle, before eating. This was the most sanitary action that they had at the time. Then at the bottom, I added another example. I advise that you put at least 2 examples per resource. This way it gives you a bigger paragraph to work with. So then I also added in, they also carried water in animal hide flasks to drink on long journeys. So there's my first part of my body work. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, I have an example. There's the example I put. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to my other side, the cotton. First thing I'm going to do is put in my why and cotton. Pretty basic. The 2 things I found are clothing and blankets. So I'm going to put needed for clothing and blankets. Once that's done, now I go to the how. Alright, now with the how on this one, I chose to leave it blank to give you a chance to maybe look up a civilization, or you can just generalize it as civilizations as a whole. I don't see anything wrong with that. So I'm going to put civilizations used cotton. Alright, and to save some time, I'll just read what I had. To make blankets for their beds. As time went on, the cotton gin was introduced, making cotton weaving much simpler. With this new technology, civilizations were introduced to cheaper clothing along with blankets. This also decreased the amount of people who died during winter months due to hypothermia. So that is just an example with the generalization of all civilizations, because cotton is so universal and was used in so many civilizations that it can be grouped together. So again, here is that example. I left it blank to show you. There are some corrections in here. This was my rough draft, but we get the point on that. That is your organized thought. Now when you get ready to put it in the essay, you plug your first resource up top, and then you make a new paragraph and plug it below. That is your body.